There she is, Miss Brady Fest 2023.
Slay. Good day, everyone, and welcome to Adventures with Parker. Today we are checking out a park that has been on my bucket list for a very long time, and that is Holiday World here in Santa Claus, Indiana. This park has a bunch of themed areas that are all themed to different holidays: Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, and it's just such a neat concept. And there's also like a lot of history to this park too, and it's a family park, which are some of my favorite places to visit. There's some awesome coasters. We have like the Voyage, Thunderbird, the Legend, Raven. So it's gonna be a great time. And it's one of Scott's home parks.
Yes, this is my absolutely 100% home park. I'm so excited. I am so happy to have Parker here. I can't wait to show him around and nerd out all day. I'm so excited.
Yes, so without any further ado, let's head on in and let the Holiday World adventures
begin.
Oh my god, they're playing Christmas music, I just realized. Okay, so we just met George the Eagle and Kitty Claus, two of the park's mascots. I've heard so much about the mascots at this park, so I'm glad we got to see some of them right off the bat. They were so cute and so fun, and I'm already so happy.
Those are two of my favorites. My absolute favorite is Safari Sam. He is my #1 guy. He is my everything, so I hope I get to see him today. But if not, that's okay, and then I hope to see Holodog too. I just love my park so much. I'm so happy.
All right, so one of the cool things about Holiday World is that they offer free parking, free sunscreen, and free pop.
Free sunscreen, free parking, free sunscreen.
So we got our first refill.
Free soft drinks every day, all day, Pepsi products, and they're always great. Pro tip, go to a restaurant, you get a bigger cup. You go to the refill station, you get a smaller cup.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I thought the cup was gonna be a lot smaller, but I guess that's just because we went into the restaurant there. So Scott was telling me that this is the original locomotive for the park's train and that they relocated it here for the park's 75th.
Yeah, so this was the one that used to take around when I was a kid, and then they got a newer one around the 75th anniversary. And now they have it here on display to kind of remember. I think it's the only original ride left in the park.
Oh, cool.
Around.
All the angles. Okay, so I just did my first ride on the Voyage, and it was everything I was hoping for and more. It was so much fun, quite possibly one of, if not my absolute top favorite wooden coaster now. Like, it lived up to the hype. I mean, the first part kind of started out, it was very similar to a hyper. Like, that first drop is huge, and you have that big camelback right away. All the tunnels, oh, I love a good tunnel, and this one had so many. Just the airtime, the laterals, it had it all. It was honestly a perfect ride.
This is my favorite wooden coaster, my favorite coaster period at all. I love it. It's my home park. I love it so much. It never gets old. It never gets wrong. When it's rough, it's even better in my opinion. When it's smooth, it's fantastic. It doesn't matter. You're gonna get a good ride on Voyage, period.
And we sat in the back row, so I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I would highly recommend taking a ride in the back if you get the chance. This ride also has some pretty good theming. Like in the station, they have little like nautical bits of theming, so they just really dress up the character of the ride, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. right, we just got off with Thunderbird. We did 2 rides, once in the back left wing and once in the front right wing, and it was so much fun. It is an amazing coaster. I love that initial launch. I mean, I've been a fan of wing coasters like forever. I've always enjoyed how graceful and majestic it is, but now you're adding in the intensity of like you're just zooming out of that barn right into that first inversion. It's so much fun. The 0G roll was one of my favorite moments. The near miss elements in the barn was super cool. Just overall, I'm very impressed with this coaster.
Thunderbird is one of my favorite coasters. I've been on other wing coasters, and when you add that launch, it just adds this whole other element that makes it so much fun. It's super intense. It's a ride that you can marathon with honestly not getting sick. It's short enough to where it's like, you're not gonna get sick, but it's long enough that you can do this over and over and over again and have the best time and ride in every scene if you really wanted to. It's such a really amazing coaster, and I'm so happy it's here at my home park.
We were also talking about how themed this ride is. Like, it's super immersive. It has a very extensive backstory. Like, Scott, you know more about that.
It does. So really, the backstory kind of is that as you walk through the queue, which a lot of times parks not busy enough to go through all of that, but when you walk through the queue, there's news articles that are clipped on the walls, and it talks about a farmer who releases that he is descendants from pilgrims, and then it starts talking about, in another article, about how there's been reports of this giant bird creature that flies with thunder and lightning coming with it, and it's been destroying the farmer's land and other farmers' lands, and really, Thunderbird's like a native spirit. I'm sorry guys, I don't know the exact term, but it's from native legend and lore, and basically it's coming to like destroy the colonization of the area, and I think that's a really wonderful theme, and I think it's super fun. And honestly, if you don't know the theme, you'll just think it's like a fun roller coaster with a barn, and it's still fun.
And I mean, like when you go into the barn, like you hear the thunder, like it's actually kind of scary and intimidating when you first go in there, and then the lights flicker in the station when it launches. It's just so cool.
It's so fun. And then when you launch, today it wasn't on, but usually there's smoke that'll fill up that first opening, so you launch through the smoke with the lightning flash and the thunder, and you just soar through the skies. It's so fun.
Of course, we were walking by this window, and we got to say hello to Miss Gravy Fest. That honestly sounds like a great time. I wish there was a real Gravy Fest. Holiday World, make this an event.
There she is, Miss Gravy Fest 2023.
Slay. She's beauty, she's grace, she shoves potatoes in her face. Now, one of the other hidden gems here in Holiday World is the Gobbler Getaway, which is the Sally shooting style dark ride. I've heard so many great things about this. I'm excited to experience it and up my dark ride count, because we do count dark ride credits here. So the story of this ride is that in the town of Autumn Falls, all the turkeys are missing. And on this ride, you're using your blaster not to shoot the turkeys, but to call them back and help round up the turkeys.
And they round them up and send them home. And it will be a happy Thanksgiving to everyone, even the Gobblers.
Oh, we got a good gravy Easter egg. All right, so I think Gobbler Getaway might be my new favorite Sally style dark ride. And it's so cute and so fun.
It's just so original and weird. You're going in, you're calling the turkeys, it has a full storyline. There's smells of apple pie. Every turkey says something when you call it out.
Like, it's so funny, you shoot a target and the turkey will like pop out from behind like a stalk of corn or from like under the table or like wherever.
Or my favorite one, what I call the drag turkeys, or one that pops out in a wig and one that pops out in a woman's like bus sewing thing, and it's just, I love it so much.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even like the blasters, like the whole time you're blasting, like it gobbles so the whole ride. It's just so good. I love it.
I agree.
And the musical ending at the, like the musical finale at the end was iconic.
There's no reason for Holiday World to have its own song, but I love it and I sing it every time.
Yes.
And look at that.
Yeah, switch. just did the Legend, which is another fantastic wooden roller coaster. I love like the whole story and like the premise of the ride, that you're trying to escape the Headless Horseman and you're going through the course, and at the end you kind of cross the covered bridge to safety. But it is just, that was aggressive. I wasn't expecting it to be that intense.
It is intense. That helix is going to slam you to the side. The laterals are so forceful in this. This ride is all about the laterals. It's not about your time. It's about sitting you to the side of your car, and you're going to stay there and stick there until the Legend decides that you're done.
Yeah.
And I just love that the whole thing from the schoolhouse, they ring the bell. It just goes full on into the Sleepy Hollow story, and I just love it so much.
Okay, this might be the cutest Sandburst Scrambler I've ever seen. All right, the last roller coaster we need to conquer for today is, of course, the Raven, themed after the famous Edgar Allan Poe poem. Poe poem? Yeah, that's what it was.
Had Poe in it, and they got rid of it. He was up there writing.
Okay, we just got off of the Raven, the last wooden roller coaster here at Holiday World, and it was so fun. I mean, all the wooden coasters here are great. I would have to say this one might be the least intense, but it's still really good. It has some amazing moments. That, like, just sweeping turn down by the lake was probably one of my favorite parts of the ride.
I love the Raven. Personally, it's my second favorite coaster here. Just nostalgia reasons, but it's so much fun. Being a shorter coaster, it's still intense. It has great pops of airtime. The lake swoop is amazing. And just the theming overall. It's spooky, it's creepy. The wrought iron gate entrance, the haunted house you go through. I just love it. It has my heart forever.
And of course, it's an Ace roller coaster landmark, which is always super cool. This is giving Magic Kingdom Main Street in the 2010s at Christmas. All right, we're now checking out the attractions here in the 4th of July area. There's no roller coasters, but there are a few fun flat rides. And of course, the Lewis and Clark Trail, which is our antique cars attraction. Okay, so everyone knows that Kings Island has their blue ice cream, but Holiday World has some too, and some, aka Scott, claim that it's better.
No, it's a fact. It's better.
Okay.
Opinion. It's better, and it always will be.
All right, here it is. I got the blue and red swirl, so it's blue raspberry and cherry flavored, and it is melting, so I'm gonna turn this off and devour it. So goodbye. I thought we were in Holiday World, but turns out we took a wrong turn and ended up at Knoebels. Just waiting in line for Rough Riders now, the park's bumper cars attraction. And all of the cars are themed to Buffalo, and there's a couple horse cars as well. This is so cool. We just did 2 super fun flat rides here in the 4th of July section. I forget the name of one. Rough Riders, which is our bumper cars attraction, which might be one of my new favorite bumper cars. Like, they were super whippy. The restraint was actually one of the most comfortable I've experienced on a bumper car. Like, it wasn't a bar that came down, it was an actual seatbelt, which was nice. So that was super fun. Then we did Liberty Launch, which is her S&S drop tower. It's not super tall, but it's very like intense. Like, it really like shakes you when you go up and down. So that was awesome.
Yeah, they always give you a really good launch on every launch. It's always gonna like pull you down as hard as it can. Like I said, it's not super tall, but it is super fun and super thrilling. Rough
And that
Riders,
said, it is on top of the hill, so you can get a good view over like the water park
oh,
and everything
absolutely.
as well.
I love Rough Riders because it is so highly themed. You have your horses and your buffalo, and the whole backdrop is themed to the desert. So you're going to the desert on this adventure. I just think it's really fun. Like, why theme your bumper cars? Because it's fun, and I love that.
It was cute too, because like the little safety spiel was talking about, like, normally they talk about, you know, what to do if you get in a traffic jam, but this time they're like, if you get in a stampede jam. It was great. So 2 rides we won't be getting today, unfortunately, are Eagles Flight and Revolution. Eagles Flight being their Flying Eagles, an old school one by the looks of it too. And then Revolution being their old roundup ride. 2 classics, but I mean, it's not too busy today, so I understand why they're closed.
Yeah, they're both super fun. Revolution's actually a really great roundup. It's a new gen roundup, so it tilts really far up and it has an awesome light package. And I love Eagles Flight because it's just classic. It's been here for years. It's just great. And they really, also they're really liberal with how you can ride Eagles Flight on how much you can turn that. That's all I'm gonna say it in that way.
Okay. All right, so everyone comes to Holiday World and they talk about the coasters and the water park and the theming. But let's talk about the real highlight here, the fact that you can get a full-on Thanksgiving dinner. This looks so good. So we opted to get the adult meal, and that allows you to pick an entree, in this case turkey, because duh, and 3 sides. So I got potatoes, stuffing, corn, and then you also could get a roll or cornbread. So yeah, this is a pretty sizable plate. Like, it looks so yummy and it's a lot of food. And tell me another theme park where you can get like an actual like home cooked style Thanksgiving dinner. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, so I got turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, a roll, and green beans, because Holiday World green beans are amazing. I don't know what they do. Well, I do know what they do. There's a video way back if you want to make it for yourself. It's on their YouTube channel that teaches you how to make them. But they are so good. So if you're going to Holiday World, blue ice cream, green beans.
You didn't tell me about the green beans. Now I gotta go back.
You can try them.
Okay.
It'll be fine. We'll share.
Good. Gee willikers, that's some good gravy. Okay, so I can't get a great look at it, but if you look way over there, that building, around there is the construction site for Good Gravy, the new family boomerang coming next year in 2024. It is such a cute looking ride. Like, the concept is adorable and it looks so fun. And it's gonna be one of the first family boomerangs here in the US. I mean, there's one coming to Kings Island as well, but Holiday World announced theirs first, let it be known. All right, and that is going to do it for our day here at Holiday World. And what an amazing park this is. Like, it's not the biggest park out there, it doesn't have the most coasters, but it's so fun and so charming and so freaking cute.
It's quirky, it's kooky, it's adorable, it's fun. You have all the theming, you have all the rides. It's just good, family-friendly fun. That's exactly what they told themselves as, and that's exactly what you're getting.
Exactly what it is.
And it's a great time, and it's honestly a really great value too, just overall.
Oh yeah, like even when you're in the park, like I just bought a bunch of souvenirs and it wasn't very much, and like food was all pretty reasonable as well. Like, yeah, and I mean, like you were saying, the theming is incredible. Like, each land is so distinct. Like, the music is unique. Like, when we were walking into the park this morning, you enter into Santa Claus land and they were playing All I Want for Christmas Is You. In the Halloween section, we were getting I Cast a Spell on You from Hocus Pocus, the Monster Mash, the Goosebumps theme. Like they really take their time and really like flesh out each area. Even the flowers, like the color scheme of the flowers changes in each area.
That's my favorite thing. I love pointing that out to people when they come. It's like, if you look at all the flora and fauna, it's going to change and match the colors for each holiday.
Like, they
so
really
when you
went
come,
all in.
Look that out.
Look that out. But no, I mean the coasters, of course, all amazing rides. Like, I don't think there's a bad ride here. So yeah, overall Holiday World, I love you. I'm gonna be coming back at some point.
I love
Hopefully
you too.
soon.
I'll see you all the time though. Mwah.
Yeah, it must be nice to live close.
It really is, honestly.
5 minutes later.
All right here, just on our way out, is Santa's Candy Castle. Okay, so this is a place, like it's a candy store, but it calls itself America's first themed attraction. And you can see right there, like it's like this very well done building. Literally, it looks like a castle. Yeah, it's closed. I wish it was open because it looks so cool. All right, and that is going to do it for Scott and I's visit to Holiday World. I also want to point out that we also visited Splashin Safari, the water park section of the park, which is included with admission. We did all of the water coasters there, including Cheetah Chase, Mammoth, and Wildebeest, as well as Zynga, their funnel slide, and Zimbabwe. And I think out of the ones that we did, I want to say the Wildebeest is my favorite, but Mammoth is a very close second. Like, both of those are so good and among the best water slides I've ever done. Actually, I think both of those are my top two. So yeah, if you ever find yourself at Holiday World, definitely find some time to visit the water park as well. It is so worth it and honestly one of the best water parks out there. Coming up, I leave Scott in Indiana and drive up to Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois. However, due to some unforeseen circumstances, I end up making an unexpected yet worthwhile detour to Gurnee Mills. If you don't want to miss that or any of my other future adventures from theme parks, attractions, and beyond, you might want to consider becoming a subscriber. You can also find me on social media. I'm at ADVParker on Instagram, Threads, and Twitter, and at Adventures with Parker on TikTok and Facebook. As always, I want to send a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters, Chris and Dominic. You guys are amazing, and what you do for the channel really does mean a lot to me. And if you're interested in supporting the channel for as little as $1 a month in exchange for some sweet perks such as the bonus videos Beyond the Adventure and vlogs from the vault, the Maps and Mail Club, and a bunch of other cool perks, you can learn more by visiting patreon.com/advparker. And until next time.
I forgot the words.
And until next time.
The adventures are calling.
See ya. Look at all those chickens. My hair is stupid.
It smells like fish.